Well, sometimes we can control the value of our home, and sometimes we cannot. What does that mean? I'm Michelle Sloan. I'm your residential realtor with Sipsey Klein, and this is the SloanSellsHomes.com open house on 55 KRC. Well, what does that mean? You're thinking about selling your home. You know it's in good shape. The market's pretty good right now. You've done a lot of work to the inside of the home. You've done your updates. You've done everything you can. You've increased the actual value of your property. But guess what? Your neighbor has not. What does that do for you? It actually can hurt you. Recently, I went to a home to list it, and they did just that. The interior of this home was phenomenal. They had new flooring, it was clean, it was spotless. They had updated all of the light fixtures, painted everything all around the home. It was a great property. And then we went around outside the home and we looked to the left in the backyard, and the neighbor had a pool. It was an above ground pool, and it was green. I mean, the water inside it was disgusting. And there were weeds growing probably 2 to 3 feet all the way around this above ground pool. I'm like, ugh, that's gonna be a problem. And then I look to the right and we have a similar situation. This particular neighbor had mold growing on the side of their home, weeds growing around the exterior of their home and on the fence, probably another foot there. You know, I had to sort of talk to my seller about, have you talked to your neighbors? Have you let them know that you're planning to sell your home? Because what your neighbors' homes look like will impact whether or not you get an offer, or what kind of offer you get on your home, because you are being reflected by the neighborhood and by your neighbors. So the first thing you want to do, you definitely want to help your neighbors understand you're selling your home. And actually, this conversation probably should have been done months ago or years ago. If you've been living next to a neighbor and they haven't kept the house and kept the yard clean, maybe they just need a, hey, listen, you need some help? Or maybe they just don't know how to keep their lawn up. Not everybody just knows. So maybe you make a friend and you make some suggestions. The next step, let's say your neighbor says, get the heck off my lawn and don't tell me what to do. Okay, that could be a problem. There's a little confrontation there. If that's a problem, what you may want to do is contact your homeowners association. If you have a homeowners association, I'm sure there are some things in the rules that say you have to keep your home up. And if you have to tell on them, maybe that's what you need to do, again, to get your home sold. So depending on the rules of your homeowners association, you may want to provide some photos, because usually the HOA is not on site, but you need to prove that your neighbor is maybe violating some of the rules or the codes of conduct in the neighborhood. If maybe you have a renter next door, you may want to talk to the homeowner on the landlord on that to see if they can help you out a little bit. And if you have to, again, you know, maybe you get the city involved or the county or the health department, but hopefully it hasn't gone that far. But it is definitely something that you want to consider, because it will affect your resale. Neighbors who fail to keep up their homes and yards, it can also cost you not only in finding and getting a buyer to make an offer on your property, it may also hurt your appraisal, because the appraiser is also going to take into account what the neighborhood looks like. They will take into account the comparables in the neighborhood, what the other homes have sold for, and they're going to talk about and take a look at the condition of the neighborhood. And that means your neighbors. So your neighbors will definitely reflect on you.